Alright everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is OGL Schmitt. This is Custom OGT, and this is a reaction that's been a long time coming. Now, it's been about a month since our last Elvis reaction, and is far beyond time for the return of the king. But I actually promised this reaction to channel member CarolynLuvsElvisForever, who is amazing. She has her own Elvis tribute channel, which you guys really need to check out. This is for her and a lady named Sheryl McClure. I promised Sheryl this reaction about a year ago. So when you see this, Sheryl, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you do, I'm sorry. I really am. This is no excuses. Just my apologies. I hope you enjoy the reaction. I hope it's worth the wait. Maybe the impossible dream for you is me actually getting this reaction done. But this, okay, so this is Elvis singing the song The Impossible Dream. This is from a Broadway play called The Man of La Mancha. I've heard the song in passing. Like, a lot of people have performed this. I mean, a lot. I'm talking like, let's see, Josh Groban, Christopher Lee, of all people, has done it as both a metal song and an opera song. Luther Vandross, John Cleese, like Monty Python, John Cleese, Tom Jones, Roberta Flack, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Diana Ross and the Supremes, and the Temptations. Just so many people have done this song. It's an anthem. It's an anthem of empowerment. So I'm excited to see or to hear what Elvis does with this song. So without any further ado, let's do it. Let's check out the king.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to be better far than you are, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star.
So it definitely feels like things are about to hit a crescendo here, so I'm going to throw a couple of thoughts in. You can definitely tell the song's got roots in Broadway. I love the arrangement. I've always been impressed by the arrangements on the Elvis songs we've reacted to here. Obviously, Elvis's voice is top-notch. It's one of a kind. His charisma and his stage presence, same thing. But I definitely think that because he is so commanding of attention, just the intricacies and the skill of the arrangement kind of get overlooked sometimes. They definitely do a great job in giving his voice, a perfect platform to shine. As far as that voice goes, I love how this song is an empowering anthem, and Elvis's voice, has all of that inner strength that you would expect, and there's also a touch of weariness. He even mentions, to try when your arms are too weary. And it should be noted right now, he's not even talking about achieving the impossible dream, just dreaming it, attempting it, pursuing it. And that is something. I mean, if you think about it, how many things that we take for granted now were once considered impossible, like an airplane. Used to be the idea of a heavier than air flying machine. This was impossible. And yet, it is commonplace now. So, yeah, I absolutely love just his, I love the strength of his character in these vocalizations. So let's keep going.
Reach the unreachable star. Oh, this is my quest to follow that star. No matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, and my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest.
So kind of a quick pause, but that definitely deserves some words. I loved that transition, how everything just sort of slowly wound down and became very quiet. You get the feeling of a sense of satisfaction. Again, maybe not even having achieved it, but just pursuing it, continuing to gain ground. There are some people who, once they've achieved something, they don't know where to go from there. They've been so focused on the journey that once that's over, once they hit their destination, they're not quite sure what to do. So, he could be singing about, that feeling when you've actually achieved it, and like the weight that disappears from your shoulders. Or he could just be talking about the elation of continuing to pursue that dream, of all these, amazing ideas, these futures that are going through your head. I love the tenderness in his voice there. He is an absolute master. I don't think there's anyone that's ever been better at just adjusting the thickness and the weight of their voice. Not just like section by section, but literally like letter by letter, sound by sound, vowel by vowel. Sometimes he puts all of this weight and all this resonance in it. It gets that big kind of the Elvis sound that he's known for. But he can thin that out into a really nice falsetto. He'll have this thing where he'll start a note strong, and by the time like he adds vibrato to it, it feels like it's sort of trailing off into the air. He'll have lines that start very broad and kind of thin out. I don't think I don't think he was planning this out in his head. I think that's just how he naturally sang. It's just how his influences came together in his head. But it is an amazing, distinct, legendary, and timeless sound, which is perfect, because you want that sound for the sort of character that the song is producing, so, right? That is inhabiting, I guess. So let's keep going. Bear with me, guys. A little bit rusty.
And the world will be better for this. That one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. And the world will be better for this. For that one man, scorned and covered with scars, he still strove with his last ounce of courage, to reach the unreachable star. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Presley. That last note was awesome. Elvis was never a showboat with his voice. He pretty much did what he was feeling at the time. I wanted to read a couple lyric passages, which I just think are amazing. This is my quest to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And this world will be better for this. That one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars. Who strove, not who necessarily reached them, but who strove for it. Scorned and covered with scars. And the world will be better for this. I love that. The world needs dreams. The world needs dreamers. Elvis himself was a dreamer. Where you saw him on stage commanding that crowd, he dreamed of that before he achieved it. Speaking of the crowd, it's just always awesome to see a crowd during an Elvis concert, because people are just rapt they are just so invested in him. Of course, the ladies' heart rates are reaching critical levels. But yeah, he could definitely connect with a crowd like no one else has been able to since. So, Sheryl McClure, hope this put a smile on your face. I hope this inspires you to reach for the stars, reach dream that impossible dream. And Carolyn, we miss you here. Thank you very much for everything, guys. Mental health is real. Be a part of the start. Music is your best support group. Elvis is a pretty amazing therapist. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And let me know what other reactions from Elvis you would like to see on this channel. So thank you guys very much. Carolyn, Sheryl, guys have a good day.